everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video a little bit later today because unfortunately I got tipped off a little bit early about some really crappy news in Hearthstone that I'm really not happy about, and that is duels runs coming to an end. Not just like we're gonna stop updating the mode, which they basically have been doing. We'll talk about that in a second, but it's outright going to be removed from the client. They are removing it, and it seems like a really bad sign for any future modes in Hearthstone, and why it's going to be really hard to get people to invest in anything going forward. Anyways, before we get into it, enjoy the content on the channel. Feel like I've earned your subscription. Sorry, I'm a little bit salty right now. Hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like. It helps us out a lot. And if you're a fan of the channel, you've been following me for a while, you know I like playing all the modes. I was really into duels, and I even have like a duels reveal for it. So this news really sucks. Let's go into the blog. They didn't really go into much detail. It is a really short little like, yeah, we're ripping it. So let's read it, what their explanation is, and let's go from there. So as we think about the future of Hearthstone and where the team can best focus their efforts, we've made the difficult decision to discontinue support for the duels modes. We do not have any plans for any further scheduled updates for duels, and the mode itself is scheduled to be removed from the client in April of 2024. This change will allow us to shift our resources to where we feel they will have the most impact, including traditional Hearthstone, battlegrounds, and more. We heard the same thing for mercenaries, but they at least left that in the client, right? Well, again, we'll talk about that in a sec. To that end, Battlegrounds Duos is scheduled for an upcoming Battlegrounds patch, and we're trying out some duels treasures in our next arena season. More details soon. So at least there'll be some cool stuff in arena at some point, some treasures to play with, I guess. We want to thank all our passionate duels fans for every pile of loot, treasure, and hard-fought victory you've collected along the way. It's been a heroic run, and we couldn't have done it without you. So yeah, they're outright removing the mode. Mercenaries is in there. It's still in the game. You can play it. And my understanding as to why they're outright removing the mode is because of card updates continuously going to create issues. Because it's not a static mode where Mercenaries just has its own content. They can leave that forever. Duels, even with like not updating the buckets, which they don't do anyways, they're automated for expansions. Part of the reason the mode's not nearly as good. The new cards that come in won't be automatically put in, but like any balance changes, I don't know. But I feel like the very least they could do is leave it static, because there is a diehard duels community. I was a part of it. I'm still a part of it. I know Regis was big into streaming it. Raffle's been really into it. And every video I have, there's usually one or two comments talking about duels in some way, the impact of something, whatever. There's a really passionate community. But if you look at the numbers, at least from Firestone, which has a very duels based community, they have like some really good duels parts on their tracker. If you look at the play rate of duels, it's atrocious, right? It's not a popular mode. It barely tracks. If you look here, the red is Mercenaries PvE. That's the only thing it's more popular than. I guess it's more popular than Twist. And that makes me wonder, well, if they're just going to delete this, it's not worth their time. And Twist is doing even worse now, and they don't seem to be supporting that. How can anyone really feel like they could put their money towards investing in any of these modes? These, like, they're just going to axe them. This is the second mode they have axed within less than a year. Less than a count, like last year, a little bit later in the year, they axed Mercenaries, which was a giant flop. And again, they asked for pre-orders for all of that. There was a ton of money that they're like, you should get involved with. And they're still putting bundles out today, which is crazy. And yeah, it's like, you look at what they're doing with Twist. How can you spend any money on that? How can you get invested? I was probably the most excited person out there for Twist, and I didn't even play the Ungoro season. Like, that's how much they have killed my spirit with that mode, that I'm like, they're not taking it seriously. They're not doing any efforts to make it work. And now we're seeing what that leads to, just deleting the mode. It just won't exist. All those achievements that go alongside with it, I guess it won't be achievable. And like, why not just like put in the effort, say, okay, we just won't update it with any new cards, just leave it static. because it's cool to have like casual duels in there so people can play that stuff for free. Some people actually craft cards, craft decks for duels. It happens, and they already kind of got screwed by not getting dust refunds on cards that got banned from the format and all of that. So I don't know. I just think like, okay, you're not going to support it anymore. To be fair, it never like required specific money. The only thing, if you look at like the launch post, there was like a pre-order to get like early access. But overall, it was like, yeah, just have the cards, basically. You had to have the cards, and they eventually like unlocked all the treasures and hero powers and heroes for everybody. You didn't have to do, you know, unlock any of that stuff. It was horribly monetized out the gate too. Like they really wanted people to buy all the old set. They tried it again with Twist, basically what's been going on. It didn't work for this mode. It's not working for Twist, and it's like, yeah, are they just going to outright delete Twist at some point? So I guess I just want to put out a kind word. I want to thank people that did work on this mode. There was a really awesome team in particular. I tweeted this out. Sorry, I'm just kind of like, you know, taken aback. Atesh, who left the team pretty recently, like a year or so ago, he was like it was his baby. Duels was his baby, and the second he left, it just got gutted. The buckets got gutted right before he left, and then all the decks, all the cards, all the treasures got nerfed to oblivion, where like nothing was recognizable. It just felt like once he left, it got gutted. And if you look at Twist, Matt London left right after Twist left. Feels like they've already gutted that. No support, no good monetization, no promotion, no balance. It's like, how do you get invested in new modes in Hearthstone? That's the biggest thing. And this Battlegrounds duos, unless it's just like an add-on thing, I'm not spending a dime on that. I enjoy Battlegrounds. You know, if they do another wild only expansion coming up for the next Twist season, we don't know what it is, I might not buy it. Like, I feel like I kind of have to, like, to cover it as a content creator, especially as the guy that does all the modes. But I'm getting to the point where, how can I keep rewarding like really bad behavior where you put out stuff and you can't do the bare minimum of at least leaving a static mode out there for people to play? And yeah, so that's basically the deal. If you want to play duels, you have until April. We don't know when in April. Could be the beginning of the month, the end of the month. On my birthday, April 30th. That'd be a great birthday gift, right? Delete one of my favorite modes. Let me know how you feel in the comments down below. And if you're upset about it, you don't want duels like outright removed, let them know. Like, go into the forums, whatever. Be polite. Don't flame anybody. Don't like go on Twitter at devs. Just communicate it, whether it's in our comments, on the Hearthstone subreddit. Put it out there that, you know, maybe you would like to see duels at least stick around statically. But I do know the player base is small, but it's a really passionate community, and I really hate to see them kind of get screwed over by this, and it really pisses me off. I've been in a bad mood. I've known about this for a few days now, and I've been in a really bad mood about it. It just, I don't know. It's silly how much this stuff bothers me, but it does. Anyways, let me know, again, how you guys are feeling. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day. And let's I don't know, pour one out for duels if you can. We'll see you guys tomorrow.